Okay, this is May 9th in the year of our Lord 2024, and this is the Finance Committee meeting is called to order.
To a future date.
Right.
Okay, when the time is right, yeah, we'll do that. Yep.
Okay. New business. Financial report from Mr. Mickey McMorris.
Thank you, committee. My name's Mickey McMorris, Finance Director for the parish. You have several things before you. One, I thought we'd just go over some of the revenue. You'll see the millage totals. And turn to the second to last page, number 4, page 4. And you'll see that we received the health unit tax. This is for 23. We always a year in arrears on this. And we have the parish tax and then the road and equipment maintenance tax. So these are the only taxes that the parish receives.
Is it quarterly?
You do not receive. See, when you get billed, when the sheriff sends it out about Christmas time, this Christmas was for 23.
Right.
So then you start paying your taxes, and then about February, we get it January and February, but that's for 23.
Okay, so this is for the whole year. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So we have to accrue all that back to 2023. It looks about the same as your 22. So we get about 1.7 for the health unit. Then the sheriff takes a small commission out of that, brings it to about 1.6. We get about 1.2 for operations of the department, and about 3.3 for road maintenance. There's another form here you see that has the graft on it. This is for our sales tax, and the parish receives 1 penny out of $1, and a quarter of that goes to the jail, and 75% of it goes to road maintenance. And you can see by the graph that we're maintaining about the same over the last few years. And that equates to about $7.3 million to the jail and about $22 million for road maintenance.
So the graph is pretty consistent. It stays.
Yes, sir. Except for I'm going to say that was the 21, 22, that's when the stimulus money was coming out.
Yeah.
So you saw, there's an elevation in it at that point.
Correct. That's right.
That was a post-COVID stimulus?
That 21, 22 graph, the red part, the red one.
Right.
You'll see how it's kind of elevated. That's when the stimulus check started coming from the government. People were spending a little more money than normal.
More money in the neighborhood, huh?
Well, you could see a substantial increase.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Another thing that's provided to you is the grants. I wanted you to see how much involved this is, and Miss Heather Crane, she's our grants manager, and it's about $230 million that she manages. So it is quite an endeavor to work that.
Yes.
There's a number of roads in here that we get from capital outlay and from DOTD, which they call it NPO. And a large majority of the grants come for elevation and acquisitions of substantially damaged homes. And that is quite extensive. Each one of those homeowners is an individual grant that, Heather has to, every one is new. So when a homeowner comes in, they have to learn the whole process of how to take care of elevating their house. And she does a fantastic job with that. Matter of fact, I haven't had any complaints from any homeowners, which is absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I do want you to see what goes on, that it is quite an endeavor to...
Sorry to interrupt there, but the Killian Springfield water towers, that's unobligated, so that means you've applied for it, but it hasn't... You want to come up?
Yeah, that actually, I asked Heather about that.
Yes.
As soon as I pulled this up, I called her and I said, what about?
Yeah, please identify yourself.
That project was withdrawn because of change in parish priority, but this predates what's going on now. This was
Okay.
probably...
Can you, for the record, just
Yes,
say...
Heather Crane, grant manager, Livingston Parish.
All right, thank you.
So
So
that
this
project-
predates the
by
water,
several
okay.
years.
And just to, I have to assume that they, this could be cumbersome trying to get this, and they did receive $320,000 of the American Rescue money for their water system. So that's probably what happened. Instead of going through the cumbersome process, that money was available and it was given to them. But they did receive $320,000 for their water system.
Not to put you on the spot, but are there more grants on the way for the Killian water crisis?
Yes, sir. We are looking at several different ones. I'm currently working on one through the Delta Regional Authority. I'm just trying to get some information from the engineer at this point, but we are looking at several different sources of funding.
Good. Thank you. Did you have any questions, gentlemen?
Now, you asked my question, and I was going to ask her, do having additional coming in from various sources, is what I'm saying.
Where are we at on that right now, financially wise, with the parish?
The finance-wise, we don't really have a solid number of how much that it's going to cost. Mr. Randy's in daily conversation with the congressional delegation as well as the state officials as well, and there's still a lot of unknowns. If you want to know specifics, Mr. Wade Holden is here. He's been on that project since it started, but we know it will exceed $100,000 just right now.
Parish's part.
Yeah, we're gonna have over $100,000 that we've obligated to the city, or to the town, yeah. And
That's part of the intergovernmental
now
agreement.
the good thing is Air Products has pledged $100,000 for the repairs, as well as $100,000 to $150,000 to upgrade our emergency operations center. So, you know, the council will have to consider that and approve it, because we don't have it in our budget to approve, to accept that money.
Is the total from Air Products going to total about 250?
200 to 250, yes.
That's what we understood. So,
Well, we haven't taken it yet. So
Right,
It depends on the council. It's got to be approved so we can put that in our budget.
Question for you. Can you give a amount that the parish has spent so far?
We haven't spent any money so far.
Oh.
So there have been there's been work done that's coming, but we haven't received that.
Yeah, because the man hours and people hours, yeah, obviously.
Well, obviously, you heard we had to truck water in, and that was $30,000 a day. For
Yes.
for
Who's paying for that? I'm just curious.
Well, we would probably have to pay for some, and if you accept Air Products, that will pay for some as well.
But $100,000, that's 3 days.
Yeah, it was 5 days, about $150, I believe.
Are they trucking water in anymore? Or?
No, that system's been closed, and so it is pumping its own water now.
Good. Good. What still needs to be done? I know this is not the Finance Committee, is probably not the place to discuss it, but just...
That's a little above my pay grade as when it comes to water. I mean,
That's fine. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Randy or Mr. Wade could, if you want to know specifics as to what, I mean, it's just...
I would like for one of them to step up, please. I got a question.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just real quick, if I can, embellish me on this. We're not here to nickel and dime you, or we're here to lend our support. We made a resolution that we do the intergovernmental agreement, but I just want the people to know. Mr. Holden or Mr. DeLotte, please.
Yeah, Mr. Dodd, I saw pictures for whatever that was worth. What is the purity of the water coming through right now?
The water is still underneath the no-ball advisory that the state has it under. There's bacteria in the water. The current contractors and the municipality of Killian provided a plan for the state to remove the bacteria with no loss of water to them. The state at 2 o'clock said they couldn't buy that plan because it was too extensive, too duration, money. They talked about a lot of things. So they provided another plan. The issue with the plan they provided with entails us bringing in specialized contractors to chlorinate the well itself with the truck. Not everybody can do that, and Grinder, which I probably shouldn't announce, is a specialized contractor with the state that does that. They can't get here no quicker than Wednesday, and that's one of the issues. We're going to continue to flush the water to keep improving the quality. You still will not be able to drink the water because of the bacteria. Until we get a good test, we're going to continue to fight that. Long term, it is a new well has to happen. Some background on it, the well is 500 foot deep. My personal well, a few miles from there, is 600 foot deep. It says that the well has to be 1,900 to 2,100 feet deep, so we know you got to dig a new well. Our thought process in providing the plan was that we would get the current well in a position to use as a secondary well. State law requires you to have two wells. They don't have two wells. That could be a secondary well.
Could it be a secondary well at only 500 feet?
Yes, sir. Let me finish the conversation. So the secondary well is not a well you'd use all the time, but it's a well that becomes emergency. But we thought we can provide you good water with the secondary well on a short-term basis. And we have some things that we provided, filtration system, putting in some old bleeds and things of that nature. In addition, what the secondary well would do is when you drill the big well and put it back in line, you wouldn't have to truck your water in. You have your secondary well. That's huge. That's tremendous. That's a big savings in money. And I guess that's where we at, the status, if I answer. And I'll take any more questions, guys. Anything you want to ask me.
The 500 feet, the question was, because the state law requires now 2 wells, right? Correct?
Yes.
So would the 500-foot, the existing well, would that qualify as one of the 2 wells?
It did since 1991.
Okay.
So you'll have the brand-new 21...
No, we don't have the money for a brand new
No,
well.
I'm saying eventually, though.
Eventually, we are applying at every corner we can get. We're applying every place we can. We have every Senate is involved in this. When I say Senate, I mean state Senate. That's Cassidy and Kennedy. Congressman Graves has been on the ground there himself. The State Department agencies are all involved on this. I know we get caught up in is it emergency or not emergency. It's not necessary to be emergency to acquire the help that we're trying to get. And today at 1 o'clock, all those agencies from GOSEP on down, LDH, and I don't know all the acronyms, I get confused. What they all are, health and so they all was in on the conference. At Tuesday of next week, the Killian Town Hall has their regular meeting, and LDH will be there to try to answer some of the questions that the citizens are going to have. This process is not going to be over with in a week or 2 weeks. It's not going to be over.
We can see that. That's obvious, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate your efforts. I mean, I can speak for myself, but I would say we all appreciate your efforts very much. And 400 people without water,
That's 1,200 residents over there.
So it's 400 homes, 1,200 residents. So that's a
collecting
crisis.
on 400 homes, guys, but I would believe to venture there's 700 they should be collecting, and that's why it's important to have the meters and to do a survey on who needs to be paid and who's on the system. And that's basically where we're at.
'Cause that was my next question, is what did they pay monthly for water?
They paying $28 a month.
Okay.
Well, you've answered my questions, and that's good. I thank you, Randy. Appreciate it.
All right, okay.
Thank you. Do we have any new business? Anything you want to bring up?
We covered...
We got the draft of agreed upon procedures audit. Yes, sorry about that.
Yes, I'm Jacob Wagasback with the firm of Falk and Winkler. At the last council meeting, my business partner Tommy Lejeune had presented y'all with the final report and a summary of that, and I think someone had requested that we come back.
That was me, and I'm sorry for my omission there.
So yeah, if y'all have any questions, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, we had some questions. Mr. Erdy, Mr. Watts, do you remember? That was the auditing procedure. I think Ms. Sandifer actually had a question. Are you going to be here for the council meeting tonight?
I can stay if needed.
Can you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I'm not sure of the questions that we're presenting to this man. I think we need him to stay and come before the council in a little while.
Yep.
Right, yeah, we're going to end this in just a minute, and we have the council meeting at 6. So, sir, if you could please stay for that.
It won't be very long.
Not a problem.
I can't make it is under the finance report, yeah. It should be.
Can we put that on there?
Ms. Sandifer, do you have a minute? Okay. this is gentleman, Mr.
Jacob Wagispack.
Jacob Wagispack. He's from the auditing firm, and we had some questions at the last parish council meeting, and we invited him to come to the finance committee. That was in the minutes. To address, I think you had some questions about the audit.
I did. I addressed it in the council meeting, and I have a call in to your office to find out. I am mainly, my biggest concern that I would like very much addressed is the retainer invoices, itemized invoices for our legal last year in 2023. And so I want to be on the finance committee agenda at the next meeting to discuss that in depth, but I did ask them for that.
We can put that, ladies, can we put that on the, yes, we could do that.
So yes, you probably asked for Tommy.
I did.
He's been at a conference all week, so he's probably not gotten around to your call. But so basically, we're in the process about to start the full financial audit. As part of that process, there is a compliance piece to that, where if any councilman, any administration, any employee has any concerns, they can approach us privately to discuss that, and we can, if we can investigate that from a financial aspect. Obviously, legal issues need to go to legal, right. But if it's within the realms of a financial issue, we can look into things during that audit as well. So,
well, good. Then, if you can hang around for the
sure.
Meeting when we do the council meeting, when we do the financial reports. We'll bring it up, and if there are any questions, you may not be able to give them an answer to them tonight, but you can you can get back with them.
At least it would be something we can look further into. What I recalled was, I think it was Mr. Ryan here did not want to approve anything without looking over it before he took action. So. Right.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to stay for my question.
Okay. Yeah, but there may be other questions by the council members.
Aaron, are you just asking for an updated report on the legal expenditures? And
no, I want an itemized receipt of the retainer from last year. I've asked for it several times internally, and I'm not getting that information.
Okay.
And so if their office is unable to provide it, then the finance committee, then I come to you, and we're going to have to go through the DA's office to get this information, because we paid out retainer money, but we don't have any itemized invoices for it. And
we need
there's
proof of it.
something missing, yes.
We need proof, that's the word.
Okay, we can put it on the agenda.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right.
I thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Sandifer is correct in what she's asking, but I still won't be able to provide that until that audit's completed. We are still completing last year's audit. It will be completed in June of 23. That's when I'll be able to provide that estimate.
June of 24.
24, excuse me. I said 23.
Ms. Sandifer, can you wait until June of 24?
I absolutely can. I just want the information. I can be as patient as anybody needs me to be. I just
If we can
really
put
like
that in the record, is that
Yes.
fine, Mr. Delight?
Yes. And we have asked for the information that she's asking for, and we got some of it, but it has to be audited. And the spending just got through December 31st. Then we did what was called a forensic audit. Yeah. We are now doing the audit for last year's budget, which is the previous administration. He will be finished in June of 24, not 23.
Yes. Because that's the end of the year, right? The fiscal year.
Yeah,
right?
that's the fiscal year. You're right.
Okay.
Excuse me, that is not our fiscal year. Our fiscal year is from January to January.
But that's the state fiscal year?
Yes.
Okay. Right. All right. Anything?
Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
I second it.
Okay, motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, this Finance Committee meeting is adjourned.